Overall view of the energy sector in India. Energy has been universally recognized as one of the most important inputs for economic growth and human development. So it is for India as well. There is a strong two-way relationship between the economic development and energy consumption. On one hand, growth of an economy with its global competitiveness hinges on the availability of cost-effective and environmentally benign energy sources. On the other hand, the level of economic development has been observed to be reliant on the energy demand. Energy, therefore, is an essential input for improving the quality of life. The greatest responsibility of the government is developing reasonable costs for the society for the growing energy needs. Development and promotion of non-conventional, alternate, new renewable sources of energy such as solar, wind and bioenergy etc. are getting sustained attention. Nuclear energy development is being geared up to contribute overall energy availability in the country. In the recent years, India's energy consumption has been increasing at one of the fastest rates in the world. This is due to population growth and economic development as well. With this preamble, let us move to discuss the power sector in India. Electricity supply in Darjeeling and Sivasamudram were significant in introducing the power development work for the first time in India. Access to affordable and reliable electricity is critical to the country's growth and prosperity. The country has made significant progress towards the augmentation of its power infrastructure. In the pre-independence era, the power supply was mainly in the private sector. It was restricted to the urban areas. With the formation of state electricity boards during 5-year plans, a significant step was taken. The steps brought about systematic growth of power supply industry all over the country. A number of multi-purpose projects came into being. Setting up of thermal, hydro and nuclear power stations, power generation started increasing significantly. The Ministry of Power is responsible for the development of electrical energy in the country. The ministry is concerned with prospective planning, policy formulation, processing of projects for investment decisions, monitoring of the implementation of power projects, training and manpower development. It also includes administration and enactment of legislation with regard to the thermal and hydropower generation, transmission and distribution. In all technical matters, the Ministry of Power is assisted by the Central Electricity Authority. The generation and transmission projects in the central sector are entrusted to central sector power corporations, that is, National Thermal Power Corporation, the National Hydroelectric Power Corporation, the Northeastern Electric Power Corporation, and the Power Grid Corporation of India Limited. The power grid is responsible for all the existing and future transmission projects in the central sector. It is involved in the formation of the national power grid. Two joint power corporations, namely Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam and Tehri Hydro Development Corporations, are responsible for the execution of Natpa Jakri Power Project in Himachal Pradesh and projects of Tehri Hydropower Complex in Uttarakhand, respectively. Three statutory bodies, that is, Damodar Valley Corporation, the Bakra Bias Management Board and Bureau of Energy Efficiency, are under the administrative control of the Ministry of Power. The financial assistance for rural electrification is provided by the Rural Electrification Corporation. Certain autonomous bodies like Central Power Research Institute, National Power Training Institute are under administrative control of the Ministry of Power. A power trading corporation has been incorporated to support the mega power projects in private sector. They act as a single entry into the power purchase agreement. However, it is a matter of concern that per capita consumption of electricity is among the lowest in the world. Moreover, poor quality of power supply and frequent power cuts and shortages impose a heavy burden on India's fastest growing trade and industry. Capacity addition has been key to the overall development of industrial sector and overall national economic scenario. The Planning Commission in the 11th plan decided on a target of nearly 80,000 megawatt as capacity addition. During the mid-term appraisal, it was revised to nearly 60,000 megawatt. A target of more than 50,000 megawatt was achieved in the 11th plan. The capacity addition included 15,000 megawatts in the central sector, 16,000 megawatts in the state sector, and 23,000 megawatts in the private sector. This is more than 2.5 times the total capacity added during the 10th 5-year plan period. The installed power generation capacity has increased tremendously in 2012. For example, a shelf of 87 hydro projects having aggregate capacity of 20,000 megawatts were installed. Now, it is essential to understand power generation along with the capacity addition. Power generation in 2011 was around 800 billion units. It included 600 billion units of thermal and 100 billion units of hydro and 26 billion units of nuclear. The plant load factor has shown a steady improvement over the years. There is a vast fluctuation and shows 75% in 2011. Around 50,000 megawatt hydroelectric initiative is spread across 16 states. Now let us see the setting up of ultra mega power projects in India. Ultra mega power projects are being promoted to provide power to all at a reasonable rates. It also ensures fast capacity addition by the central government as an initial facilitation. Thus, the development of ultra mega power projects of 4,000 megawatt capacity each under the international competitive bidding route was introduced. Shell companies as 100% subsidiaries of Power Finance Corporation Limited have been created. This also included bidding process for selection of developers for the ultra mega power projects. Across India, many are awarded and transferred to the developers, for example, Mundra in Gujarat, Krishnapatnam in Andhra Pradesh, Talaya in Jharkhand. To conclude, increasing pressure of population and increasing use of energy in different sectors of economy is an area of concern for India. There is therefore an urgent need to conserve energy and reduce energy requirements by demand-side management and also by adopting more efficient technologies in all the sectors. Key points in this essay to remember are: the growing energy needs are to be taken care by the government. The Ministry of Power is responsible for the development of electrical energy in the country. Two joint venture power projects, namely Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam and Tehri Hydro Development Corporation, are responsible for the execution of Natpa Jakri Power Project in Himachal Pradesh and projects of Tehri Hydropower Complex in Uttarakhand, respectively. Some of the ultra mega power projects are Mundra in Gujarat, Krishnapatnam in Andhra, and Telaya in Jharkhand.